Yeah.
That it's a news, it has the word news in their title.
Yeah.
To whom do you assign? That just seems to mean nothing to any of his supporters.
No, and not to mention what he said about McCain, not to mention the suckers and losers comments. It's literally every week he says something. Donald Trump has no commitment to truth. I mean, this is the thing is, every president in the history of our country has at least had a basic commitment to saying the truth sometime.
Have you ever stood up to a bully? Adam Kinzinger just did, and man, did it ruffle some feathers. He called out Trump for disrespecting our fallen heroes, and the internet went wild. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Meanwhile, Jimmy Kimmel's got us all giggling with his Donnie Diapers jab. Trump's reaction? Let's just say it's not pretty, and it's lasted a whole day. All right, folks, buckle up, because we're about to dive into the juicy details of Kinzinger's gutsy move against the orange turd himself. You know, it's not every day someone decides to poke the bear, or in this case, the overgrown Cheeto. But Kinzinger just couldn't keep quiet anymore. So picture this. Trump's strutting around Arlington National Cemetery like it's his own personal golf course. He's grinning, throwing thumbs up, probably thinking about his next McDonald's run.
What did it smell like specifically?
So if you take like armpits, ketchup, makeup, and a little butt, it's probably like that all mixed up. I think people were a little scared to talk about it, but it was obvious. Maybe it wasn't permanent or all the time, but it's there. It's like, dude, I'm gonna lose in my district by doing it. Join the club, brother.
Yeah, you tweeted something I thought was fascinating. I think we have that here. This is last year you wrote about Donald Trump.
And when you go after the leader of a cult, it's almost like going after somebody's religion, because this...
Meanwhile, the rest of us are wondering if he even knows where he is. It's a cemetery, Donnie, not a campaign rally. Now, Kinzinger sees this circus and thinks enough is enough. He drops a truth bomb so hot it could melt Trump's spray tan. He calls out the Donald for treating fallen heroes like they're extras in his reality TV show. And boy, did that ruffle some feathers in MAGA land. You'd think Trump's supporters would be upset about disrespecting our veterans, right? Wrong. They're too busy foaming at the mouth, calling Kinzinger a traitor. It's like they've forgotten what respect even means. Veterans are madder than a wet hen in a thunderstorm, and can you blame them? Trump's turning sacred ground into his personal photo op. But here's where Kinzinger really brings the heat. He points out how Trump's pushing aside cemetery workers just to get the perfect selfie. It's like watching a toddler in a china shop. Except this toddler has nuclear codes. Kinzinger's basically saying, hey, Trump, those fallen soldiers aren't props for your ego trip. And you know what? He's right on the money. Trump's complete lack of respect for military sacrifice is more obvious than his fake tan line. It's like he thinks those brave men and women died just so he could have a nice backdrop for his Twitter pics. But here's the real kicker. Kinzinger exposes how Trump's turned his followers into a cult. These folks are so starry-eyed for their dear leader that they'd probably applaud if he tap-danced on the tomb of the unknown soldier. It's not just disrespectful anymore, it's downright creepy. All right, so while Kinzinger's busy exposing Trump's cult-like following, Jimmy Kimmel's over here poking the bear with a big old diaper stick. You know how Trump loves a good nickname, right? Well, Kimmel just gave him one that's got him throwing a tantrum like a toddler who missed nap time. Picture this. Kimmel's on national TV, grinning like the cat that got the cream, and he drops the bomb. Donnie Diapers. Yeah, you heard that right. He's basically calling the former president of the United States a big baby. And let me tell you, the internet went wild. We're talking memes flying faster than Trump's toupee in a hurricane. But here's where it gets really interesting. Trump, being the mature and composed leader we all know and love, insert eye roll here, loses his marbles. He's tweeting up a storm, all in caps, like he's shouting at the internet. It's like watching a toddler have a meltdown in the cereal aisle, except this toddler used to have the nuclear codes. Now you might be thinking, come on, it's just a joke. Surely Trump can take a little ribbing. Well, apparently not. He's threatening to sue Kimmel for defamation over a diaper joke. Let that sink in for a moment. The guy who spent years calling people names is now crying because someone called him Donnie Diapers. Talk about dish it out, but can't take it. But here's the kicker. What if there's more to this story than meets the eye? What if Kimmel's joke hit a little too close to home? I mean, why would Trump get his knickers in such a twist over a silly nickname? Is it possible that Make America's Depends Great Again isn't just a funny slogan, but a peek behind the presidential curtain? Think about it. We've all heard those rumors about Trump's, shall we say, gastrointestinal issues during his presidency. Could Kimmel's joke be more than just a low blow? Is it possible that the comedian knows something we don't? Or is Trump just being his usual thin-skinned self? Either way, one thing's for sure. This whole diaper drama is more than just a load of crap. It's exposing Trump's inability to take a joke and showing us just how fragile that tough guy image really is. I mean, if a diaper joke can send him into a 24-hour meltdown, imagine what real criticism could do. So here we are, folks. Trump's having a meltdown over a diaper joke, and Kinzinger's calling him out for disrespecting our fallen heroes. What a world, huh? But you know what? This isn't just about Trump's thin skin or Kimmel's late-night laughs. Nope, it's way bigger than that. Think about it. We're living in a time where telling jokes or speaking the truth is like poking a bear with a stick. It's dangerous business, but here's the thing. We need more people like Kinzinger and Kimmel. Why? Because someone's got to keep the big shots in check, right? In a world full of yes men, these guys are the ones saying, hey, wait a minute. And sure, it might ruffle some feathers, but that's kind of the point. After all, if the orange turd can't handle a diaper joke, how's he gonna handle running a country